See you later. Hey, what's up, everyone? Trent here at Precision Transmission. We got a beautiful 6L80E in the house today. Jay Lee Milligan, them guys, we've been working on a couple of their trucks here, and this is another one. I guess they got a bunch of fleet vehicles, so we're going to take care of them as they go down. Hopefully not, but you know, we're here if they need us. So first of all, we got most of our parts here that we're going to be using. Transco stuff, Superior Solutions, all of our new bonded pistons, Sonex parts going to be showing up. Lockup billet converter going to be showing up. A lot of good stuff on it. But first, what we've got here is we got our cooler bypass valve. This thing has problems from factory. I mean, this thing will make the transmission burn up, run hot, all kinds of things. I was just trying to get a seal off of here to show y'all. This seal goes like this. You bolt it on, 13 millimeter. It's all sealed just like that. And then you actually have some O-ring seals in here, and your cooler lines are bolted on here as well. So when you're flushing the system, you actually have to take this off to actually flush out the cooler lines. If not, you're just flushing your system back and forth. I mean, it's not actually flushing out the system at all. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to replace this. Going to get rid of our little thermostat that's in there. That's what this Superior Solutions. This is that's mandatory. Even when you're servicing one of these out, we recommend to get that cooler thermostat bypass valve off of there instantly, because it'll make your transmission run cooler, last longer, and perform better. So looks like we've got a converter in here that has gotten pretty hot. Looks all factory. This thing has almost 227,000 miles on it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. We're going to use some air today. See how it feels. It's been a while. Now I'm going to take them all out, but one. Oh, that'd be my last one. I'm going to take them all out but one. There it is. Let me get we got a fluid bucket right there, but kind of sounds like it's peeing in the bucket when we're taking this thing apart, so we'll block that. Take off our four-wheel drive adapter right here. This is a big identification of a 6L80, 6L90, 6L80, or a 6L90 will be big and beefy and ugly because of the planetary system in the back here. It's a lot bigger and beefy. So right here we just got a 6L80 transmission by identifying. Flip this bad boy over. Cody said it was pretty bad. Well, let's just see how bad it is. Ooh, that looks pretty bad, Cody. It looks pretty rough. Yep, and it is, like always. So pretty. So pretty. Yeah, this thing pumped a lot of metal. We had it flipped over, or the metal would have been all in the bottom of the pan, but you can see it there. It's all in the corner. Looks like we probably had a converter failure, which is a common failure for this thing. So next, as soon as we get the pan off, our filter off, we're going to come over to our clip here, which releases our main harness from our little body here. And I forgot my pliers. 1 second, I'm sorry. So this is hooked to your tackum in here. We're just going to take this and pull it out nice and straight. You might have to go on each side back and forth, but it pulls right out. It's keyed. If you look down in here, it's actually key weight in. So if you try to sit here and rock it back and forth, you could actually snap it. So we don't want to do that. But so now we can go and start disassembling and taking off the valve body here. So we are gonna get our inverted hex bolts out. This is the bolts that takes out or takes off the valve body, not takes out, takes off. Might as well go take it off. This is your shifter linkage you hear. When you're moving the shifter inside the vehicle, this is the click, click, click back and forth that you're getting. We'll go ahead and explain. This is your neutral safety switch as well. It is also grooved in with everything to where when you move it, it tells it what gear we're in. All right, we should be able to just pick this thing up right off there, set it to the side. A lot of metal, lot of metal, lot of metal. So we're gonna set that to the side and we'll come back. So we got some seals that seal our valve body to the unit here for all of our circuits. Last but not least, our last bolt. We're gonna pump out of here. Stator, all the good stuff, and pray that we have a good pump and stator and all the bells. Really? Most of the time they come right out. I'm gonna say most of the time. Oh, really? Okay. That's not how I wanted this to come out at all. But we're gonna put it back together. I'll take it apart as we go. And that would be right there, guys. Don't get ahead of yourself. Take the lock-up sealing ring off, or it will not come out of there. I don't know where that little green screwdriver is. That does not happen very often, but that just shows you you can't get that drum off until you take the lockup seal off, guys. Sorry about that. But as is, I'm going to take that off, set this to the side here. We're going to check out our pump. It's not looking too good. We'll have to clean it out. It's pitted. Yeah, pitted on the inside here. And then you can see, look at the metal in here in the pump. Just terrible. So stator's gonna have to be, this is all gonna have to be replaced. Go ahead and get that up out of the way. Go ahead and empty our pump pocket. Our pump rotor, vanes, all the goodies. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at all that. All the metal. They drove it till there wasn't going to be much left. So instantly we know pump, stator, bell housing. Want to check our pin, our spring. It shouldn't look really bad there. It looks really good. Be able to reuse that. Get a new pump kit. Get new kits for these things. It comes with everything. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our 3.5 reverse clutch out of here. Go look at some stuff. Make sure everything looks good. So that's your 3.5 reverse clutch there. Don't look really bad at all. And so people ask about selective snap rings. When we say selective, when you go back and you're rebuilding this transmission and putting it all back together with new stuff, you have to check clutch pack clearance. So the way that you can set your clutch pack clearance if it is not correct is with a selective snap ring. And if you look this stuff up, they sell different snap rings, different thicknesses. You can get thicker ones, thinner ones, whatever. So selective snap ring, that's what we're talking about right there. Is we're talking about the thickness and thin of your snap ring here, so we can set our clutch pack clearance of the clutch. Okay, we're gonna come in here, we're gonna go to our 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch. And then also one thing, before I get it out, look at this, Cody. When you're building these, you notice this snap ring goes in this groove right here. If you put this snap ring, you go to build this back, say we went and built it back, Cody, and we put this snap ring in like that, our snap ring's not in. Where'd it go? Right there. It's not in. It's in all the way around, but we didn't put it in the correct spot. So if you do not do that, you can have a snap ring jump out at you instantly. So make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you're putting your snap ring in the right location. Just like that. And then same thing. You're going to be setting up clutch pack clearances. So, and it has a selective snap ring. Selective snap ring. It could be thinner, it could be thicker. Ooh, we got a burnt up 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch. Looks pretty bad. So we'll be taking this apart. We'll be checking our drum. It's real bad. They have a weld right here, all the way around, that likes to split. It's such a tiny weld, anyways, from factory, that this is a notorious problem for these transmissions, is these things splitting and causing a common failure. Got our planetary out here, 4 pinion. So the biggest thing about this stuff is we're going to be checking everything out for the metal that this transmission has been running over. Little sun gear here. You can put this thing in either way. Bearing. The same thing about your bearings. All the metal that's been circulated in this thing, we want to be checking our bearings, make sure we don't have no pitting. Wonderful things like that. Got our wonderful 456 clutch. That is another notorious problem for these things going out. Just real small. And they actually have problems when the clutch is not engaged, it actually overheating. So the Sonex has came up with a lot of updates with your hub here, your 456 clutch hub, and your clutch here to make this thing last tenfold. But not bad. You can tell we're starting to get dark, circulating metal. We were losing pump pressure, things like that. You can definitely tell we were doing that in this unit. Put everything with that. And here we go. So we've got our 4, 5, 6 clutch hub, little bearing. Not gonna come off. There it goes. Just gotta break that fluid seal. I mean, look at all that. Look at all the metal underneath that bearing. That bearing was running all through that. So we'll be having to check all this stuff as we put this thing back together, or as we're cleaning it. We got another bearing here. It looks opened, but it runs just like that. Here we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch hub. You can just tell where the bushings are running. Nothing is pitted or nothing crazy, which is good. We should be able to Scotch-Brite this stuff, put some new bushings in it, and go on our way. No bushings in here, but bushings in the next one I'm about to be pulling out. This is for your 3.5 reverse and your 2.6 clutch right here. This is going to be the one I was talking, replacing our bushings and checking our bearing. Bearing that runs right there. We'll be checking it. And then same here. I'm going to Scotch-Brite all this stuff. I don't feel any indentions, so that's really nice. It's good to know that. All right. That big old beefy snap ring, and I didn't get my pliers out. 1 second, guys. I love these things. I'm telling you, these things are crazy. Let's get that bearing out of there. You wouldn't get this tranny done if you didn't have them, I promise. There we are. And if you look, it does have a bevel. This does go one way. Bevel goes out. If you put the square side, this thing is capable of jumping out. If you put it like this, do not do that. Bevel out. So we have our 2.6 clutch here. Doesn't look bad. And we got our low reverse clutch. Our low reverse sprag, everything in here. We got to get that in a press to get it out, so we don't, you don't see us taking it out in the videos. A little bit to getting that stuff out. But we got our low reverse clutch here. Not terrible, a little darkness to the clutch, but still not bad. Go ahead and just kind of look at it a little bit. Always remember, guys, which way your sprag spins. So we're spinning to the left, lock it to the right. Okay, so there's that. We'll get the rest of that apart here shortly. Set that over there. And then last but not least, our low reverse planet. Bearing on top of our sun gear down there. We'll be checking all that stuff as well. I'm just gonna flip it over, do it like that. Got a bushing down in there we'll be looking at, checking, replacing. You always want to check your bushing kits, guys, so make sure you're getting all your bushings before you just go replace them. We've been getting notes in some of our kits sometimes that sometimes our kits come with them, but supply and demand has just not been very great here lately, so always check your stuff before you start knocking bushings out, knocking seals out, different things, because you might want to check and make sure your availability is there to get the part. Gosh, they just let this thing run over some metal. It might be good. We got to clean it up, look at everything, but they almost did some no to this one. Okay. We're going to get the valve body apart. Not too terrible. Lot to check because of the metal that's been ran through this thing. So that's going to be the key to it, is cleaning out the metal, checking all of our bearings, checking all of our teeth here, making sure we don't have no pitting, and getting the bushings changed. Okay, so now we are going to disconnect our output and input speed sensors from our Tecum. Just like that. And we have our neutral safety switch on the side here. Take it off just like that. Got your 10 millimeter here. And then this, when you go to put it back on, make sure you're stabbing your neutral safety switch in your manual valve. If you don't, then you'll be pulling everything back apart, and that's a little mess up just for all that, I promise. So we'll go ahead and we'll get our manual valve out of there so it's not falling. Set it to the side. Go ahead and get all of our tins. Our 2/8 on the side. We are 2 special bolts. We're going to get our 7s off. Now I'm just going to stand it like this to get my last one off. And there. We have our Tecum. And boy, does it look terrible. You see that? How nasty that looks? Wow.
Yes, sir.
So this one had a bunch of codes for it. I could only imagine why it had codes. But we'll get a new Tecum. These numbers are very important here. This is pretty much an identification mark on getting a new one. So if you get a new one, they can tell by the VIN, but if you have one out, don't have the VIN, whatever, that's how you can tell. So let's get the rest of our 7 millimeters out here. Flip it over, we got the rest. So this valve body is dowel pinned. So when you go to get it apart, it's just not gonna flop apart. You might have to get your little pocket screwdriver and find you a little area. Best would be kind of like right here, in one of these little small areas to kind of come and pry and get this thing apart here. And there's no bolts in it, it's just not coming apart. There we go. Almost 400,000 or 350,000 miles, never been apart, so there we go. Actually got a little spot right there. There we go, nice. But it's not coming off. There we go. I'm trying to not just let my check balls fall everywhere. And I know where they are, but I want to show y'all. So I'm trying to make sure to get this off while it's flat. Okay. Maybe. There we go. Sweet. Okay. So now we got our selective valves here, 2 and 3. We've got your compressor regulator valve, TCC regulator valve here. And then we've got a bunch of stuff here as well. Man, look at all that metal. Oh, sorry, Cody. I didn't mean to smack your hand. He's getting in there for me. Thank you. We like to get them close-up videos, guys. Really show y'all pretty much like you're in there. It still don't want to come off. But I'm trying not to rip my gasket. Alrighty, we'll be able to handle it. Okay. Yes, sir. We got vehicles showing up. We got vehicles being picked up. Customers being picked up from the airport. Everything's going really well here at Precision. Everybody's getting back to being healthy. Man. So on this separator plate, this tail is very important when you come to do some modifications. So you guys remember that when you're ordering your Transgo shift kits. You're going to be... That's an identification mark there on your separator plate. We come here, we're going to come look at all our check balls. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can look this stuff up online. So new kit comes with new check balls. They have issues with these check balls actually shrinking and causing issues getting stuck in the bore. So that's one of the reasons why the new kits come with new check balls. So yeah, we got a lot to clean up, man. A lot to clean up, Cody.
Yes, sir. This one's sparkling.
Yep, this one's gonna take some extra cleaning to get done, but we can get it done. We thought it was gonna be nothing left by the way the customer was talking, and it barely moved in. So we did not really know how bad this one was gonna be, but not too bad. We got something to build. And we've got another vehicle. We've got another transmission in the back, and we're going to be tearing it down, doing a rebuild on it, because they got another vehicle we're going to be doing as well. So we don't do carryouts here. This is totally computer controlled. We're going to rebuild the transmission for them, and then they're going to bring it to us, and we're going to get them taken care of to where it's turnkey out the door. No problems. But there you go, guys. So this is a 6L80E here at Precision Transmission. Some of the common failures: torque converter failure. We had a 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch failure, probably because we're going to go look at our drum, and then we're going to be looking, our pump. We had low line pressure. I guarantee it by the way that pump looked, and by the way the filter was stopped up. So I think we're going to be able to find all of our problems and be able to help this gentleman out and correct everything to where he's not having to worry about nothing. So if y'all guys liked it, go give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you liked it, give us a big thumbs up. And thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day.